Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at the short story called Ebony Frame. It's a horror short story. It was written by Edith Nesbit more than a century ago. It's in my collection that I just picked up from Amazon called From the Dead, which I'll link you to in the comments below. It's also past its copyright in 1928. So we'll also try to find you one for free online too. So that way you'll have two possible links. I've been wanting to do a deep dive into her horror stuff. I came across a couple of her horror things in two separate collections that I did recently, and then I read one of her short stories called Man Sizes in Marble, which is my favorite one. I still read by her when I was a kid, and then I went back and reread that collection for this channel. Those 5 short stories. One of those, The Horror Lie by Guy de Maupassant, I've already reviewed for her. Yes, I've done 3 short stories for you by her. One, John Carrington's Wedding, I did a couple of years ago when I was reading a book called 100 Ghost Stories. So that one was reviewed too. So I've now reviewed for you 4 short stories. This one. Then I also did a quick little children's novel in the fantasy that I knocked out for you folks. It was okay. I was glad that I did it, but I wasn't really that sold on it to continue to do her children's stuff. She wrote more than 60 novels when she was living, and she published as E. Nesbit was her pen name, so that way people wouldn't know that she was a woman. It was pretty common at the time. C.L. Moore in the pulp era also did the same thing for Weird Tales with science fiction and fantasy. So it's pretty common at that time. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Ebony Frame. The Ebony Frame is pretty short. It's about 12 pages long in this oversized collection. It took me like 20 minutes for me to knock it out last time for the first time. I enjoyed it. So basically what happens is our point of view character is a younger man who has been friends with this woman and her mother for a while now, who's also around his age, and they've talked about getting married for a while. And so right at the beginning of this short story, he inherits an estate from his aunt and uncle that just recently passed. So he inherits it and he moves into it. Now he's like, well, now I can marry, the love of my life, my childhood friend. And so he moves in and then he begins to investigate the estate. And he comes across this weird painting that he's never seen before that is in the front area, sitting room above the fireplace, and it has this really crazy looking ebony frame, which is where the title comes from. It's a really weird looking piece of art. So he asks about it, and the housekeeper that he kept says it was only hung a few days before the mom died. So she doesn't know much about it, and that there is a painting in the attic that is all black and so forth that the ebony frame used to be around, and then it was moved over. So he goes up to the attic to do some exploring. He finds this picture, brings it back down, hangs it after finding some things in it, and then some bad horror-ish things will happen. And that's the horror short story. It's a lot of fun. It goes in an interesting direction that I wasn't expecting, so I enjoyed that. Its ending is fine. It's probably something you saw coming, but I do enjoy, what the sort of where Edith Nesbit takes it. So, I keep my reviews spoiler free as a reminder, but that's basically the synopsis of what's happening. It was definitely fun. I enjoyed it. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10 stars because it's definitely well written and well regarded. And I think there's a lot of fun things that happen in it. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was paced well. And Edith Nesbit is a pretty strong writer. There's a reason why she was published more than 60 novels during her career, right? And she was a beloved figure. So anyway, she also wrote some horror collections too, self-published with horror collections of short stories and for adults, and this is one of those. So I enjoyed it, and now I'm looking forward to the next short story in this collection. Another, it's a 10-pager one, so it's a couple of pages shorter, and so that's going to be next. So there you are. Have you read the Ebony Frame by Edith Nesbit? If so, what did you think about it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with my 7.5 out of 10? Let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, why not hit that subscribe button? There's going to be a lot more of these to follow. And then finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.